After sitting for the registered dietitian exam, I worked for a physician's office as a nutrition counselor and as a group leader for weight loss for adults. After that, I moved on to being a high-risk nutritionist at Columbia University's Presbyterian Hospital, counseling pregnant women, high-risk pregnant women with their infants and children, and also doing groups with them. After that, I went on to work with medical research for several years, and now I'm back teaching nutrition in group sessions and in individual counseling for adults to reduce their risk of chronic nutrition-related diseases like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, and arthritis, to name a few, that are all nutrition-related diseases. Today's talk is, are you protected? Because just like if a couple has unprotected sex, they are at risk of pregnancy, right? If a person eats foods that do not protect them against disease, their chance of getting disease is much higher than otherwise. And let's just look. There are foods that we can eat that can protect us against diseases. Okay. Sorry. Many people's lives are taken too early, too soon, because they don't pay attention to the foods that they eat. And what we eat matters. The foods we eat have the power to flip a gene on and off. And if we eat in a certain way, we can flip on all the healthy genes and change a person's life in a matter of a few weeks. Let's get a little nerdy and talk about some nutrition concepts for a little bit. There are macronutrients and micronutrients. And the macronutrients provide calories, or no calories. There are 7 of them. 4 of them give us calories: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and alcohol. Then there are 2 that do not give us any calories: fiber and water. Today's focus will be on fiber because Americans get 3% of the recommended amount of 25 to 30 grams a day. The American Heart Association recommends that amount, and I get double that amount. And fiber gives us no calories, but it is absolutely vital to our health. We don't think about it because, well, and it's just because of the way the food industry has affected our food supply, we are very much influenced by that. Let's look at 2 kinds of food, carbohydrates particularly. One will give us lots of fiber and the other one won't. The simple carbohydrates are those where the fiber has been pulled away and all you have is a concentrated starch or a concentrated sugar in a food, like a pasta we talked about before, or rice, or white rice. And then there are foods that grow in the ground and you can see the actual part of the food from the actual plant that it came from. And that food is in its full form. It's in a form that it grew in. It's a package deal. It's not separated out. It's all with the package. It's with the fiber package, it's with the vitamins, the minerals, it's got the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats all together. And then there are those that are all where many of those items are stripped away to maintain shelf life. Can you name a few foods that you know that are simple carbohydrate foods or simple sugar foods that we eat every day or drink? Audience participation.
Cola.
Cola. Next.
Milk.
Milk. Okay. One thing.
Sugar milk.
Milk has sugar.
Yeah.
It's true. Fiber, however, which we want to focus on, fiber is only in plants. And that, name another food.
Sweet potatoes.
Okay, that is a whole food. That is a complex carbohydrate. It's the complete package.
Chips?
Chips. Chips is a processed food, right? The potato came out of the ground. Some manufacturer sliced it up, deep fried it, put some seasoning on it, and packaged it and put it in the store, right?
Potatoes.
Potatoes is the whole food.
But the white potatoes?
That's okay too. It's a whole food. It looks like something that came out of the ground.
Okay.
It's in that beautiful package that nature provided, untouched by man, until we cook it.
So like something fresh, like a tomato or a
Yes.
cucumber?
Yes, that's the whole complex carbohydrate. Good, you got the point now.
Okay.
The simple things that manufacturers took packaged for us, and then cereals. Cereals are usually processed, right? Because they make a flour out of it, then they make it into simple shapes, and then they give artificial colors. And here we have the natural colors, there we have the artificial colors, right? We want to go as natural as possible. Now, why was one more important than another, or one different than another? Why do we care which one we eat? Does one make it? It doesn't matter. It matters. Why does it matter? The food we eat matters. The foods we choose matters. Why? See, that complex carbohydrate food is full of fiber. And those colors have something called phytonutrients. The color is a phyto means plant. The nutrients in the plant that give it color. Those are where our precursor to our vitamins, minerals are in there. Anything that grows in the ground is full of the earth and full of whatever the earth gives. And from the top, the sun creates these colors. And those colors protect the plant. And when we eat that plant protects us. And the more close it is to its natural form when we're eating it, some need to be cooked, but when it's identifiable, then it's full of fiber. And that fiber is protective to our health. This one, because it's been broken down and is called fractured food, that fractured food is harmful to us because the fiber has been stripped away. And we need fiber for, fiber is the food for bacteria in our body that keeps us healthy. Though we don't see it, but you've heard of, okay, let's have yogurt for the probiotics, right? Fiber is the prebiotic food to keep the probiotics healthy, keep them alive. It's their food. If we don't give them their food, they die, and we suffer.